Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a free RDP using GitHub in 2026. This is a completely free method that lets you access a remote Windows desktop without paying for any cloud services. I've broken this down into 3 easy steps so you can follow along without any confusion. First, we'll start by setting up the GitHub environment where everything will run. To create a private repository, start by opening Google Chrome from your desktop. Navigate to GitHub by typing github.com in the address bar and hitting Enter. Once GitHub loads, look for the Create Repository button and click it to start setting up our new repository. In the repository name field, enter a descriptive name for your RDP project. GitHub will confirm that your repository name is available and ready to use. Change the visibility setting by clicking the drop-down and selecting Private. This keeps your RDP configuration secure from public access. Scroll down to review the remaining repository settings. Finalize the repository creation by clicking the Create Repository button. Your private repository is now ready. The next step is to create the GitHub Actions workflow. To create the GitHub Actions workflow, click on the Actions tab. Click on Set up a workflow yourself to create a custom workflow file. Open your prepared workflow configuration from Notepad, select all the YAML content, and copy it to your clipboard. Close Notepad and paste the workflow configuration into the main.iml editor. This YAML file contains all the instructions for GitHub Actions to set up your Windows RDP environment. Hit the Commit Changes button to save your workflow file. In the commit modal that appears, click Commit Changes to finalize saving your workflow to the repository. The next step is to add the ng-auth token secret to your repository. To add the ng-auth token secret, click on the Settings tab in your repository. Once the repository settings page loads, scroll down through the left-hand navigation menu to find the security options. Click on Secrets and Variables, and then select Actions from the drop-down menu. Hit the New Repository Secret button to create a new secret for our workflow. Switch to your Notepad window, copy the text ng-auth token, and paste it into the name field in GitHub. We need to move to the secret field to add our actual ng-auth token. Open a new browser tab and search for ngrok.com to get your authentication token. On the ngrok homepage, click the Login button to access your account dashboard. Wait for your ngrok dashboard to fully load. This is where you'll find your authentication credentials. Click on Your Auth token in the left-hand menu to navigate to your token page. On the Setup and Installation page, locate and copy your unique auth token. This is what allows ngrok to create secure tunnels for your RDP connection. Switch back to the GitHub tab and paste your copied token into the secret field. Click the Add Secret button to save your ngrok authentication token to the repository. The page will reload and confirm that your repository secret has been successfully added. Your workflow can now securely access ngrok services. We've successfully added the ngrok auth token to our repository secrets. Let's move on to running the workflow to start building our RDP connection. To run the workflow, navigate to the Actions tab in your repository. Click the three-dot menu next to any existing workflow run to clean up previous runs. Select Delete Workflow Run from the drop-down menu. Confirm the deletion by clicking Yes, delete this workflow run in the pop-up. Once the page reloads, click on the CI workflow in the left sidebar menu. Hit the Run Workflow drop-down button to start a fresh build. Click the green Run Workflow button to execute the workflow. Watch as a new workflow run appears and transitions from queued to in progress status, then click on the Build job to view its progress. You'll see the build job logs displaying each step's execution, including downloading ngrok, extracting files, authenticating with your token, and enabling terminal services, all necessary components for setting up your remote desktop environment. Let's move on to connecting to the remote desktop using the credentials provided. To connect to the remote desktop, return to the remote desktop connection prompt that should still be open. You'll see a Windows security dialog asking for authentication. Enter the password we noted from the GitHub Actions logs and click OK to proceed. A certificate warning will appear, asking about the remote computer's identity. Click Yes to accept the certificate and establish the connection. The remote desktop session is now active, and you can see the Windows Server 2025 desktop environment running in the cloud. You might notice a terminal window with GitHub Actions logs still running in the background. Feel free to minimize this as it's no longer needed for your remote session. You are now connected to the remote desktop session. Let's move on to verifying system and network performance to ensure everything is running smoothly. To verify system and network performance, let's start by opening File Explorer to check the system specifications. Navigate to This PC to access the computer's main information. Right-click on This PC and select Properties to view the system details. The System About window displays all the PC specifications including RAM, processor, and Windows version, exactly what you'd expect from a GitHub Actions virtual machine. Let's test the network performance by opening Google Chrome on the remote desktop. Search for Speed Test in Google to find a reliable internet speed testing tool. Click the Run Speed Test button that appears in the search results to begin measuring the connection speed. Watch as the speed test measures both download and upload speeds. This will show you the actual network performance of your free RDP instance. The speed test results are now displayed, giving you a clear picture of your connection quality before closing the browser. We're back to the GitHub Actions build log, which continues running in the background. Switch to the ngrok Dashboard tab to monitor your tunnel connection status. You just verified the system and network performance, so everything looks good. Your free RDP from GitHub is now up and running. Hope this setup works well for whatever you need it for.